Like you said, even with the injuries to the O-line, I'm with your model, and I got the 49ers winning, man.
What? I thought for
And
sure you'd be Rams.
Mine is a little bit of experience because I played for Kyle Shanahan, and I know how competitive he is. Him and Sean McVay are boys, but I know he has circled this on the schedule to make this a statement game for his team. They're undefeated. This will be huge implications, not just for this division, but the entire NFC. So I'm going 49ers.
And Kyle's taking some L's to Sean already.
And he's taking some L's.
He doesn't look like he likes those L's. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like
Right. All right, so now we'll move on to Kansas City, where the Chiefs host the Houston Texans, two of the best young QBs in the league. All right, let's get to some picks here. Chiefs favored by 5.5. Cynthia, what's the model say?
Okay, this one's a little closer than expected. I have Chiefs 29, Texans 24. So a little closer than that 5.5. I think ultimately it comes down to how quick the Chiefs can score. So the Chiefs are really fast at scoring. It unfolds really quickly. Both teams can actually do this, but the Chiefs are the best, most proficient at quick scoring.
Okay, I'm going with the Chiefs too. I love Deshaun Watson and the Texans, but they played the Falcons last week. I know we all got excited about the offensive game they had. I think those won't be nearly as electrifying against the Chiefs, even though they've had problems. So I'm going with the Chiefs. Steve, what do you got?
I'm going with the Chiefs. Your point total is low.
Oh!
Okay, no, we're getting to the 30s. We're getting to the 30s, and you know what?
Gets it.
I'm calling the Chiefs screen game. They're gonna do some short stuff to kind of get that Texas pass pressure, big play with the run after catch.
I love it.
Could be
I
a
love
showdown.
that you get it.
Yep.
So good.
I've been right on the Browns pick, I think, the last 3 weeks. Last week I picked against them, and I was upset at myself. I was hoping I was wrong. I wasn't. I'm picking against them again because I think Russell Wilson is balling, and I think they're going to have trouble containing him. So I'm going in with the Seahawks this week with my mind, but my heart says I hope the Browns win.
Of course.
Steve, what do you
Every
got?
bit of logic says Seattle because they're just playing so well. They're one of the best teams in the NFL
Yes.
right now. I'm going Cleveland.
Oh.
They bounce back.
Nice.
And the defense is going to get a couple takeaways. So I think that's what the difference is. But I like your kind of point ballpark total.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Now we are on to New Jersey, where the winless Jets will hope Sam Darnold is well enough to help them get their first win of the season. All right, well, let's get to the picks here. Cowboys favored by a touchdown. Cynthia, start us off with the projection.
I think that's about right. I have 25-18 in favor of the Cowboys.
Okay, yeah, I'm going Cowboys too. They play really good against bad teams. So I think,
Yeah, you gave him 18. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a spoonful of sugar making the medicine go down.
Right.
Cowboys all day. It's going to be more like a 24-3 type game.
24-3, so under 30 points. Got it.
there you go. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense have been playing Jekyll and Hyde all season. Cynthia, what are you watching for this matchup versus the Eagles?
Well, the Eagles are missing some pieces on their defense, namely their secondary corners are a problem for them right now with injuries. So I'm interested to see, can the Vikings reproduce what they had against the Giants and what we saw, because their O-line hasn't been playing very good at all.
Yeah.
Not even like a little bit.
Right.
And look, like that, it's the same kind of thing you could say on the other side too, right? We've seen a lot of interesting things from Carson Wentz as well, and this is a really good defense that they're facing so it's an interesting offensive battle.
And it's funny to me because I know Zimmer wants to run the ball so much, and then you heard the receivers, squeaky wheel gets the oil. They can complain and they get the ball.
Except he got three. Like Stephon Diggs had like 3 catches for 42 yards.
Yeah, but I mean,
like,
at
you
least
happy?
They were
Okay.
trying.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is Mr. Miyagi, right? Week on, week off. Okay, and look, when he's good, like he was against the Giants, he throws the ball 27 times or fewer. If he's got to go over that number, he's week off.
Right.
And their offense is all over the place.
So you're saying their quarterback shouldn't throw the ball as much? See, like that's
correct. I think that's what I'm getting to.
interesting. It's an interesting
look,
value proposition there.
And look, Dalvin Cook has been arguably one of the best players, probably 2 or 3.
Like
top 2 or 3
number 2,
in the NFL right now.
Like
And so-
just behind Christian McCaffrey in terms of value to his team.
Right. And then like an NFL and the MVP conversation. I mean, he's just been absolutely fantastic. But the Eagles are not going to give that run up. They are going to put this game on Cousins. They're going to sell out, okay, and say, okay, our corners are hurt. Still beat us that way. They're going to run the ball. They're going to milk clock. They're going to do things to basically make Minnesota pass the ball.
Yeah.
And again, this is right now week off.
It's the week
Yeah.
off.
It's
All
the
right.
week
It's a bad
off for Mr.
matchup,
Miyagi.
right? It's like his minus is the Eagles' minus. So
All right, what's perfect time to get the picks? Vikings favored by 3 in this one. Cynthia,
how?
what do you got?
How is that possible? I have Eagles 22, Vikings 21. I know people don't always like when the model picks 22, but add
Yeah.
the points together and look at the difference.
Yeah, Cousins better at home, but
Better at home.
I got
great.
Eagles too.
You know,
I got the
Eagles.
Eagles winning, and I think it's just a better, more talented football team, more consistent too.
Yeah,
it is worth saying
what do you
that
guys
the
think?
Vikings defense is really good. It's not like this is a
Yep.
bad defense
Right.
at all. It's a really good defense. So, Xavier Rhodes will have an effect on Alshon Jeffrey's day in terms of performance, but I think ultimately, Eagles.
All right, Steve.
I'm going with the Eagles right here. I just think their defense is going to cause Mr. Miyagi some problems.
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi, let's get it together here. All right, we're on to our Sunday night football matchup where the LA Chargers are playing host to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both of these teams in desperate need of a win. What can we realistically expect in this game, Steve?
Look, both teams are beat up. I mean, the
Yes.
injuries are just remarkable in this game. But I think the Chargers still, they have more of an identity than the Steelers right now on both sides of the ball, despite all the injuries. So I think the Chargers, are going to come away with a victory here.
Steelers defense is decent. It's a good defense at times. It has its moments.
Right.
Once it comes together, it'll be a great defense, but they need a little help with the offense to get them off the field a little bit more. But
Yeah, help is an understatement. We're reading things about the Steelers organization and seeing that we are not used to seeing around this organization.
Right.
They don't know which way is up, and again, I think it's just going to be a tough week for them, to say the least.
Again, with the injuries with the Chargers, with Pouncey going down, that's another thing. They're having to adjust their offensive line. But
Yeah.
again, at least the Chargers know who they are and what they are.
okay, you ready for my pick?
Let's go to picks.
Okay. All right, I have Chargers 24, Steelers 17. So more than that, it's a nice, comfortable win for them.
All right, yeah.
I'm like-
Chargers favored by 6.5. I'm going Chargers. Way better football team. They have a bounce back game. Steelers are the perfect team to do it against. Steve, what you
Yeah,
got?
I think the Chargers, and I think despite their injuries, their defense is going to have a big day and get a couple picks, and get some short field or even a couple
some
defensive
confidence.
scores. Yeah, absolutely.
Should we go over to London, guys?
Let's do it.
Say hi to Greg. Okay, over to the London game where the Bucs are the home team versus the Panthers, and they're favored by 2. We're favored by 2. Panthers are favored by 2. I don't know why I didn't say that right. Panthers are favored by 2.
Panthers are favored by 2. All right, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers myself. I don't know why. I'm trying to catch the wave of when Jameis Winston plays well. I think this is the week, so that's the only reason I'm going with the Bucs. I think he's going to play a good game.
I'm with you, Hawk. I think Jameis and this offense is going to get going.
What?
Look,
It's random.
Mike Evans took a donut last week. That's not happening this week. He's going to eat the whole buffet.
You know who took a donut
go.
the last time they played in week 2? Kind of Christian McCaffrey. And I think this is Christian McCaffrey revenge game. So I have 25-24. I have 1-point win for the Panthers, who are, I don't know why they're not favored. 25-24. What is going on?
All right, this one, speaking of don't know why they're favored, this is a surprise one to me, too. The Jaguars are hosting the Saints. Saints are getting the first taste of Minshew Mania. And the Jaguars are only favored. They're actually favored by 1.5. That
Who?
surprised me. The Jags
know.
are.
The Jags are favored?
Yeah.
The Jags are favored. So, Cynthia, what do you got? What's your pick here?
Look, I have the Saints, 23-21. And by the way, that includes Jalen Ramsey playing, because right now he's been practicing, so that includes Jalen Ramsey playing. It'd be even bigger win for the Saints if no Jalen Ramsey.
I have the Saints too. I talked with Cam Jordan this week, and they are
I love
motivated
Cam
in
Jordan.
Drew Brees' absence, and they think Teddy Bridgewater is the real deal. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me that the Jaguars are favored, but what do I know? Steve, what do you got?
The Saints are going to smoke. Gardner Minshew is going
Yes.
to be getting a lot of Cam Jordan, and Marcus Davenport looks like he's turning the corner. Their offense is going to get barely anything. It's all Saints.
Okay, great. All right, well, let's go now to Mile High. You ready?
Do it.
Okay. Broncos are 2.5-point favorites at home against the Tennessee Titans. Steve.
This is a Teddy Bridgewater Bowl because these are going to be the two teams vying for Teddy the most off the season.
Ooh,
after
Marcus
the
Mariota,
season.
that's spicy right
But
there.
I do like the Titans in this game. I think their defense is better. I think their run game is going to be able to control it because these are two teams that can't score.
Yeah,
They don't like to score.
they
They're not
can't
into
score.
it.
But then the Broncos have a performance like they had last week. I think Flacco is good enough just to keep you out of the running to have a really good quarterback at the top of the draft. I have the Broncos
Would you
actually winning this game.
Would you like me to break the tie?
Please
Yes.
break the tie.
1 point, I'm with him. 19-18. I have the Tennessee Titans. I think, look, when you have your kicker miss 4 kicks and then they get a new kicker, that's kind of, that would have swung how we felt about that game coming into it had Cairo Santos not missed.
4
Ooh.
field
That's
goals.
hard to do, man.
A lot of misses this year at the Kickers.
Yeah,
Tough year
a
for
ton of
kickers.
misses.
Packers and the Lions sitting in the top 2 spots in the NFC North heading into Week 6. Steve, we'll start with you. What are you keeping an eye out for here?
I love this game, and this is Detroit's defense. They've really caused some problems for some teams this year. You look at what they did to Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, and he said they've kind of set the blueprint for what they've done in man coverage. They've got some players up front to really cause some disturbances. So I just want to see if they can get at this Packers defensive line. I don't think they're going to allow Aaron Jones to run the ball like he did last week. So that's going to put the game on, who, Aaron Rodgers.
Great.
And that's all right, though. I think this year Detroit, with the way they're forcing takeaways, they're going to have some opportunities to make some plays on defense to get their offense the ball.
I think the Packers offense has played well, but there's been some inconsistency in how they do it because LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers still gaining that chemistry, still learning each other.
Right, you see that they score all their points in the first half compared to the second half. So
Exactly.
there's a big point discrepancy between the two. Look, the Lions have done the thing that the Lions have done to me now for like 25 or 26 years, since I was born, and given me hope, which is a horrible thing.
It's a horrible place
It's a horrible
to be.
thing, horrible thing to have like this much hope.
Well, the Lions players, they feel like they haven't been getting the respect they deserve.
They haven't.
And there's talent on that team.
Look,
they've got players on that
Matthew
team.
Stafford has gone from being ranked number 31 in air yards per attempt last season to number 1, 11.1. Their deep threat is there. They're connecting with receivers on these downfield passes. I understand that sounds like something quarterbacks do, but we didn't see that. It's really coming together. And you know why? It's because they've figured out different schemes. Like what happens on first down impacts what happens on all the other downs, and they're running the ball consistently. They're actually making up for an O-line that has caused way too many penalties for them. And even when you're having these holding penalties that are terrible and these pressures allowed on Matthew Stafford, which are not easy, he's special, and they're making those downfield passes, and that is a game changer against this defense.
Well, you talked about the receivers. That's always for me when I look at an offense. I want to see how the receivers are getting involved in the offense, how they're distributing the football, and they do it as well as any team in the NFL. Between Hawkinson, between Galladay, between Jones, between Amendola, Matt Stafford is seeing the whole field, and when he was with Calvin Johnson, that's the easy button. You always throw to the best guy on the field.
As it turns out, it's easier to pass when Calvin Johnson's on the field.
Right, but now it's kind of helped Stafford mature as a quarterback, and he's playing pretty well.
He's going to be facing some smoke, though.
Facts.
Those Packers pass rushers.
Those Darius, both Jones,
the Smith brothers, and then you've got the secondary. Jair Alexander and King.
Look, I actually really like the Packers every other week, except I'm starting to have hope. Fandom's the worst.
Uh-oh, that's always when it goes downhill. All right, let's get to the picks here. Packers favored by 5, Cynthia. What's your projection say?
Closer than expected, but I have Packers 26, Lions 23, only a 3-point difference because I think that Detroit defense really has some tricks up their sleeves to be able to slow down these. That was the first game Patrick Mahomes had in his entire career not completing a 20-plus air yard pass down the field. I think that's something to look on and build on, and they've had 2 weeks to prepare.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going with the Packers myself. I think Pettin has this defense ready, like Steve said, and I think Aaron Rodgers and LaFleur keep taking those small baby steps to getting where they want this offense to be.
Let's just let Aaron Rodgers do what Aaron Rodgers does best.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve, who you got?
I'm going with the Detroit Lions. That defense is going to force some takeaways. You're going to deny Aaron Rodgers the opportunities that he usually has.
Almost done here on Game Day View. We're going to check out right now. Look at some more picks. We've got 3 more games. I think the Dolphins get their first win of the season this week.
Agreed.
You with me on that,
What?
Cynthia?
Dolphins?
Agreed.
What do you have?
No way, they want to lose. They did this on purpose so that they could get that first pick. Yes.
They got trade assets.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are in a bad place. The Redskins are in a bad place.
They are on the
You have
underside.
Falcons or Cardinals. That's an interesting one.